What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Here we are with another reaction. In this one, we have the U.S. and West armed dictatorships like Pakistan. Jaishankar talks straight on India, Russia ties in U.S. I can't wait to hear him. He's talking about their ties in the U.S. So you know these reporters going to ask him some questions to try to make him feel bad about the India-Russia ties, and Jaishankar going to set them straight. Before we dive in, if you guys happen to enjoy, don't forget to smash that subscribe, give the video a thumbs up. If you like to support this channel by becoming a member, all you got to do is hit that join button to receive your exclusive benefits. Let's dive right in.
We actually had a 40-year period where the West was primarily arming Pakistan. We actually had a 40-year period where the West was primarily arming Pakistan. We turned to the Soviet Union as a military partner. We've never really had anything other than a positive experience with the Soviet Union and then with Russia.
I think something that's very much on the minds of America is India's relationship with Russia. Mm-hmm. Now, we're all, I think, familiar with the history, the legacy, the background to the bilateral relationship, the long-standing strong ties. You yourself described the tremendous growth and flourishing in India's partnership with the United States, as well as with others in the West. And there's just no question that there are tensions between those two trends. So can you give us just a sense of how India squares that circle, reconciles those pressures?
You know, I'd make four or five points about Russia so that people understand, you know, what is the importance of that relationship. Okay. I mean, first of all, if you look at the map of Eurasia, there's a very simple, obvious strategic proposition there, which is you have, you know, if you look at the big countries of the Eurasian landmass, it makes sense for those countries who don't have direct borders with each other to develop strategic relationships, which is how they serve each other's interests. And for us, our own history after independence, we've never really had anything other than a positive experience with the Soviet Union and then with Russia. Yeah. Secondly, during the period of the Cold War, when the US and Western countries generally tended to prefer, at least in our region, dictatorships like Pakistan, we actually had a 40-year period where the West was primarily arming Pakistan, and we turned to the Soviet Union as a military partner. So we have, you know, a long defense and security relationship other than the strategic and the geopolitical equations of which I spoke about.
Yeah, so firstly, he's talking about the strategic geopolitical relationship he just talked about with these big countries. It only makes sense to serve each other's interests, right? That they have a strategic partnership with each other, and completely agree with that. Geopolitically, that 100% makes sense. Number two, during the 40 years when the West was supporting Pakistan and dictatorships, and the India turned to Russia and the USSR, right, to help them, and they did. And so with the West kind of arming the people who they were having the most problems with, and Russia helping them arm them, it only makes sense that that relationship, they've had it for so long militarily, where Russia's kind of had their back, where the U.S. is kind of had the back of their enemies. And so, again, there's another tie why India would have ties, or there's another reason why India would have these ties with Russia. It wouldn't just, I guess, cut them off just because they're building strong relationships out west now as well, and the West and Russia had tensions with each other. But that doesn't mean India should cut Russia off, because Russia's been there, right? And of course, I watched another video where they Abhijit Chavda presented it 100%, where he was just like, you don't have friends, like you have strategic alliances, and you have temporary alliances and temporary adversaries. And right now, Russia is still a good alliance at this moment in time. It's still very beneficial to India to have these ties with Russia.
The third point, I would say, is economic. Today, if you look at India, the nature of the Indian economy, we are large natural resources consumers. And for us, the natural resource exporters of the world hold a very special significance, And so it could be a Russia, it could be an Australia, it could be an Indonesia, it could be the countries of the Gulf for energy requirements. As Russia today turns more towards Asia because of its current tensions with the West, for us, there are certain economic complementarities here which come to fore. So there is today, I would say, a kind of a geopolitical case for the relationship, a military security case, economic one as well. Now, how do you reconcile this with a growing relationship with the US? I would even say growing relationship with Europe, because that relationship has also grown. As I said, look, it's a multipolar world. Different poles deal with each other. We're no longer in a world where the relationships are exclusive. Every country wants to get the best out of the international order in the most effective way it can. 100%. So it requires, a certain amount of care and, I would say, perhaps dexterity to manage it. But it has to be done, because, it's not feasible to expect that big countries constrain their options and don't deal with other countries, not because of their interest, but because somebody else has a problem with those countries.
Exactly. He put that, he answered that question so perfectly. It doesn't make sense, you know what I'm saying? Just because y'all got beef with Russia, y'all got tension with Russia, for us to end our strategic partnership with Russia, and we're a country that's right now, right, that needs those resources such as oil, and we're getting it from Russia at the best price possible, where nobody else is offering oil at the price that Russia is offering India oil. So it only makes sense that they continue. But that doesn't mean that they can't also have a strategic partnership with the U.S. Just because y'all two got beef with each other, I'm not going to cut my relationship off and make things harder on my people in my country because you two countries are beefing with each other. I can have this strategic partnership with Russia, right? But I can also have a strategic and great partnership with the U.S. And I don't got nothing to do with the reason that y'all two beefing. You feel me? My main focus is to make things as beneficial for my people as I can, as beneficial for the Indian people as you can. So why would I make things harder on my people for the benefit of the U.S.? It wouldn't make sense, and the U.S. wouldn't do that if they were in those shoes. So, yeah, wouldn't make sense at all. He answered that question 100% perfectly.
All right, that's a very provocative answer.
I'm telling you, Jaishankar, that's my guy right there. Incredible speaker. Every time he gets asked about these questions about Russia, he answers them so perfectly. You'll think they stop asking. But let me know what you guys think about his answers in the comment section. If you enjoyed that, please don't forget to subscribe, give the video a thumbs up, and check out that next one. I'll see you guys next time.